All right, guys, I wanted to make a short video, and I know no VTuber because my VTuber crashed because I need a new camera over here. Apparently, that plays nice with VC face because I'm currently on the back end computer, also known as Lilith. This is probably most than likely going to be a lot of where a lot of the discussion content and or just open-ended videos are going to come from. So again, apologies for the background noise. I have fans in here. um, Not sure how well this mic even can potentially work on blocking it out. Uh, this is a work in progress room. I just wanted this room in a better state that I could make content in a lot easier rather than constantly having to go out to streaming room and content creation room out there and really try to knock this out kind of behind the scenes. But today we're going to talk about AI. As a lot of you guys have noticed, I have changed up some things. Things might seem a little odd. And that being said, as I've started using AI on the side, I've started using AI called ChatGPT. Now, before a lot of you guys run to the comments and be like, "Oh my God, it's over," another person using AI, that goes blah blah blah, whatever. Just save yourself the trouble. Um, I'm going to bring up a couple good points, a couple bad points, and a couple counterpoints to how people perceive AI and its utilization and how it has been helping me in the last 2 weeks. I've been using ChatGPT to help with my workflow and everything. Um, so the first thing I will say is AI is not perfect. You have to treat it like a toddler. You have to break it down almost to like a molecular level on what exactly you're looking for, how exactly you want it to sound, and even then, it still could. Excuse me. It still could come off a little weird. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed that some of my descriptions for things have been a little hollow. Um, and I will say straight up, I am not the greatest at coming up with YouTube descriptions, coming up with YouTube video title ideas, and so on and so forth. It's just not my thing. I'm not very good at that. That being said, I utilize the AI to help either brainstorm an idea for a title or simply give me a title. Because at the end of the day, a YouTube video lives or dies by its title and its description. Um, and I am not that talented when it comes to wordplay or really descriptive things because I don't know. I do content creation for a living, but I focus more on the content making than hey, let's sit down and write 10 million YouTube descriptions about the last like 20 live streams I've done. So utilizing the I am able to significantly cut down on my overhead, which was astronomically high when it came to making thumbnails or coming up with to uh, the video like titles themselves once they go as VODs on YouTube. They were performing horribly. Just because I'm not well versed in how YouTube handles titles and all that stuff and SEO and everything. I'm not versed in that. And not to mention, as you guys know, I manage 4 channels: Twitch, Kick, and then 3 different YouTube channels. I'm only counting YouTube as one because it's YouTube itself, but I manage 3 channels within that, which one of which has been badly neglected, and I will be getting on that soon. Um, to where uh, AI has lifted a lot of the stress when it comes to, okay, I got to write a description for this, or oh, I got to write a description for that, or a title for this that might work, or when I'm having to title anywhere from 8 to 10 different live streams, it gets taxing after a while. And with the help of AI, it's been a lifesaver in some sense to take that stress of, oh, I don't got to worry about the back end that much. I can worry about pushing out the content then and not have to worry about the back end, got to worry about the analytics of that. And now it takes that completely out of play. I can just, excuse me, Jesus. It can, it just takes all that back end headache out of my head. Now, I will also say another point is AI in that sense is not an end all be all. It is not, I still have to plug my own socials. I still have to plug in a lot of the other things that I may want in the description. I do take some of the titles it gives me and throw my own flair on it because, in my eyes, it's not hurting anything. If I'm taking something that's generated, molding it a little bit, and slapping it out. And that brings me to my first negative that I know a lot of people in the comments, as soon as they see AI in the title, they're going to flip shit. Is they think that AI is bad, is evil. It's going to ruin a lot of things. In some industries, yes. In the wrong hands, yes. And that's what it comes down to is AI in any sort, whether you're using ChatGPT, any of the other bots that are out there, even paid ones. If you're using any of those, if you use them in the wrong way, you take content that's not particularly yours and try to run that through an AI generator or whatever and start stealing it that way. Yes, that is malicious. Yes, that is bad. But at the end of the day, you need to look at AI as a tool. Any tool can be used both for good and maliciousness. It doesn't matter. You can use a crowbar for its intended purpose, or you can use it to beat the fuck out of someone. Like, there's no back and forth. Like, I get where a lot of people are concerned of like, okay, it could infringe on copyright and stuff. Um, but even still, a lot of AI creators and or people who script them are really harping down on copyright. For example, GPT won't even touch any kind of like copyrighted content if it detects it at all. It will straight up just go, no, not touching it. You know, so there's a lot of more protections for copyrighted material. That being said, AI has also been massive, at least for me. I'm going back to a positive. I'm going to kind of swing back and forth. Has been massive for me when it comes to merch ideas. You guys all know I am not that creative. Well, I am, but not. So when it comes to merch, I am out of my depth. I am not even close to being able to be like, yeah. Ugh, excuse me, I haven't had my coffee for the day yet. But I'm not able to come up with ideas for merch because I'm not that creatively driven that much. Utilizing AI, I'm able to get it to make mock-ups for me, and then adjust those mock-ups to something I'm like, man, that will look really cool if I do it this way. Stuff like that. So it's cut my overhead in that department of things significantly down because I just feed it what I'm visually like in my mind thinking of, and it spits something out that I'm like, yeah, that's the one. And so that just works as a visual guide or template for me to knock things out. And it's helped tremendously when it comes to what's on the screen currently is fourth wall. I use fourth wall currently as my merch drops. I'll link that in the description as well. Um, but it's helped me considerably come up with more merch because I have the control now with fourth wall to make single individual items that are super specific and or fun rather than like I used Redbubble for the longest. That was just a shotgun blast of just I fed it an image, it slapped the image on everything, and that was that. And it didn't feel as personable to me. It just felt like, okay, I have a store. It just shotgun blasted a bunch of stuff out. And that's that. Um, with fourth wall, I've noticed is just I can really fine tune things. I'm getting on a tangent here, but we'll get back. But AI integrating with those prompts and everything has made coming up with ideas for specific items so much easier, and I love it to pieces because I'm not artistically gifted in that sense, so it's made a lot of things just so much better in my opinion. Um, so once again, going full circle back to the people who say, "Oh, AI is bad," uh, I will just counter that with yes, in the wrong hands, it's bad. In the right hands, for content creators alone, it is a lifesaver. I guarantee most of the bigger creators you watch are probably utilizing AI in some capacity, whether that be for thumbnail design or description ideas or just scripting out a video they're filming as we speak. They're probably utilizing AI. It's such a little. It's like having an assistant without having a physical person here to be your assistant when it comes to being your own full-time content creator, and it's been amazing, and I love it to pieces. Um, and I look forward to utilizing it more in the future. And I just wanted to make this short video. I say short as almost right around 14 minutes. I wanted to make this short video just because a lot of you guys are probably curious. A lot of you guys are probably concerned that the descriptions look a little weird. A lot of words are suddenly popping up, and they're not like my normal descriptions. It's because I'm utilizing AI. I'm utilizing that to just leverage the amount of work I have to do. And as long as the descriptions match the video and they are exciting and fresh and fun to read, that's the end goal. Whether I write it or supposedly a robot writes it, it doesn't matter. It hits the same. And that's what I have to say to anyone that potentially wants to leave a bad comment below or something and be like, "Oh, well, I'm unsubbing because you're using a robot," blah blah blah. Then unsub because you're not here then for my content. You're here just to hate on me then. Because I'm utilizing AI as a tool. I'm not shifting all of my workload to the AI. It's not like my thumbnails are suddenly going to pop up and be all AI generated and that's it. I may test the waters with some of those um, just to see kind of how those might work. As again, just I'm not creative in that sense. And if I have to utilize AI to get that creativity across, so be it. It's not as long as I'm knowing it's not going to infringe on anything. It's harmless. Most of the time, I will actually have it mock something up for a thumbnail, and I'll just adapt it myself, utilizing stuff I know is not copyrighted. So the ending statement, I'll keep this as brief as I can, is that AI is a tool. Utilize it as a tool. Do not shame people because they're utilizing a tool at their disposal. Because at the end of the day, it is just a tool. And if you have an issue with someone that you look up to utilizing a tool that is at their disposal, then you clearly don't care about your creator because you just want them to work harder, not be more efficient and knock out more content for you. So like I don't know where that argument comes from, but that's all I'm going to say on that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later.